It is the absolute best feeling in the world to be right. Absolutely, hands down, when you feel like you are correct, it feels really great, and that is kind of what I'm feeling right now when I take a look at Adam Gaudette and the Vancouver Canucks. What is up, viewer out there watching this video like a rock's back here? I haven't said those words in years, pretty much, but I wanted to talk about Adam Gaudette today, because, as I said yesterday in my PD Controlling the Mind video, the Canucks don't play till Saturday, which means that we have all this free time to actually talk about topics that don't revolve around the actual games. Let's get into some Adam Gaudette talk, because Adam Gaudette is a player that has totally taken the Vancouver Canucks by storm this year, and he's totally somebody who is having one of the better stories that's kind of flying under the radar a little bit. And I say under the radar because when you think of the Vancouver Canucks and you think of the players who are making an impact and the players that everybody's got their eyes focused on, you think of the Petterssons, you think of the Hughes, you think of the Bessers, the Horvats, the JT Millers, and the Markstroms. But you don't think of Gaudette all too much. And that's okay. But what I'm here to tell you is that you could argue that Adam Gaudette kind of deserves that spotlight too. Maybe not in the same category or in the same vein or in the same expectations as the Petterssons and the Hughes, but just in his own right. Because Adam Gaudette has already surpassed his point total from last year in only 19 games this year. Adam Gaudette last year, playing for the Vancouver Canucks in his freshman year, I say freshman, rookie year, he got 12 points and 56 games played with the Vancouver Canucks. This season, after getting a really nice assist on that Antoine Roussel goal, the hockey god tied up his point record from last year, and then he got an assist later in the game, putting him upwards to 13 points in 19 games. Adam Gaudette has quietly been one of the better producing Canucks on this team, and it comes in a year where he's taken a big step forward. It took him 56 games to get to 12 points last year. Now, it took him 19. So, the upward progression is really coming along strongly with Adam Gaudette. If you do 13 divided by 19 and multiply that by 82, Adam Gaudette is at a 56-point pace if he continues this for a full 82-game season. Now, of course, that's not going to happen. He was played in Utica a little bit. He hasn't necessarily been with the team the entire time, but it's a really good set of numbers that the hockey god has. Now, why exactly did I start off this video by saying that it feels really good to be right? Well, let's take a little bit of a blast to the past. Let's go back to 2017-2018, 2 seasons ago, and back when I was in my senior year of high school in grade 12. This is when I started making more YouTube videos, and when I actually started talking about the Canucks more on a consistent day-to-day basis, rather than just uploading a WWE 2K17 video, going away for 2 weeks, uploading a Need for Speed or a Project Cars video, going away for a few days, and then making a game review of a Canucks game where they lost 1-0 in a shootout. That was kind of the dark ages, where I didn't really talk about things consistently and I kind of lost my mojo a little bit. But at the start of the 2017-18 season, after the Vancouver Canucks drafted Elias Pettersson, they drafted DiPietro, they drafted Lynn, Gadjevich, etc., Palmu too, and they made that trade for Dahlin, that was when I kind of was like, okay, let's start making videos talking about my favorite hockey team. And it was then that I started to actually get a consistent viewer base. I was going from 2 views a video to 20 views a video to 100 views a video, back down to 20, all the way up there to a consistent level 500 plus views a video, and that was absolutely awesome. The 2017-18 season was when I started talking about the team and its prospects a little bit more, and that included Adam Gaudette. Adam Gaudette was playing in the NCAA that year. He won the Hobey Baker that year, spoiler alert, but that was the year where Elias Pettersson went off on the SHL, and I would make videos about him getting 5 points in a game, or 3 points in a game, or a hat trick, and breaking all these records that were set by Swedish legends before him. And I would also make videos about Gaudette. Videos about how Adam Gaudette was leading the Northeastern University Huskies to the Bean Pot, how Gaudette was first in the nation in points, how he won the Hobey Baker and he was the best collegiate player in that year. Watching Adam Gaudette's games, watching the Huskies, watching guys like Caden Primo and Gaudette do their thing was such an awesome experience for me, and to make videos about it was really great for other Canucks fans too, because everybody kind of got in on the action. We had some great discussions about these players, and all of a sudden, oh, he's won the Hobey Baker, he's the best player in college. Then he comes over to the Canucks, he has a little bit of a short stint, then he spends the majority of next season with the Canucks again because they're injured, but he was supposed to be in Utica for the most part. But at this point, looking at Adam Gaudette today as a 23-year-old two-way center, he's a guy who honestly has such an underrated ceiling that I wouldn't be surprised if Gaudette hit like 40 or 50 points in an NHL season one day. I mean, he's on pace for it this season, yeah, but still, the fact of the matter is here, Adam Gaudette is a player who went from a 5th-round draft pick, a guy who was taken all the way back in 2015, 149th overall. He went from the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders up until the NCAA, was getting better and better year after year in college, and now, give it 2 years with Vancouver, he's already at 13 points in 19 games. It's so vindicating for me to sit here and listen to what I had to say and what you had to say, because we all kind of had the same opinion about Adam Gaudette back when he was doing the Bean Pot, back when he was winning the Hobey Baker and doing these great things with Northeastern, because we were kind of right. We were kind of right. Right? Adam Gaudette has come into the NHL, and as a 23-year-old, he's already established himself as a guy who, in my opinion, is a definitive NHL talent. On most NHL teams, I think he would slot in the lineup somewhere. The Canucks have a weird problem where they have a whole bunch of forwards, and earlier in the year, Gaudette was still eligible for non-waivers, so he got sent down to Utica, but he got called back up because people got injured. But now, it's been the certain amount of games played, Adam Gaudette is indeed eligible for waivers, and he's been doing really, really well. So I doubt the Vancouver Canucks send him down to Utica once more this year. And because we've lined up the way that we have, I think it's such a blessing to be able to look at this player, take a look at where he was drafted, take a look at the path that he took, and say that Brock Boeser wasn't the only solidified NHL piece that the Canucks grabbed in that 2015 draft. Sure, Guillaume Brisebois is good too, but like, he's not an established 100% NHLer. I think Adam Gaudette is. And he was always supposed to be that. Ever since he was drafted, people were saying that he had the potential to become a really good two-way player. And his seasons at Northeastern were reminiscent of a guy like Ryan Kesler with a strong two-way game, a good one-timer, and a great work ethic. People have been comparing Gaudette to Kesler for years, not in terms of the ceiling, because Kesler did get 40 goals in a year, but in terms of the play style and the impact on the team. Adam Gaudette was always supposed to be that, and now, taking a look at it today, he's kind of similar, isn't he? Somebody pointed this out on Reddit, I believe. The fact that when Antoine Roussel scored his first goal coming back, it was kind of the same play as the Ryan Kesler to Alex Burrows goal, the 1-0 goal in the Chicago game in Game 7. Don't believe me, just watch. Watch Adam Gaudette come in down the left side, deke over to the backhand, and center it for Roussel. And watch Ryan Kesler do the same thing back in 2011, come in on the left side, deke to the backhand, and center it for Alex Burrows. It's funny because Alex Burrows and Roussel play the same way, and Adam Gaudette and Ryan Kesler kinda play the same way too. So it's really funny how things coincidentally lined up like that. And for me, talking about Adam Gaudette, you can kind of hear the smile on my face. I'm just so happy to see that everything has been going right, because he's passed his point totals from last year, and he's looked like a solidified NHL player at only 23 years of age. He's still gonna get better. And that's the best part. I can't wait to see Adam Gaudette in his prime. I don't think he'll get 40 goal potential like Ryan Kesler, but I could totally see 45 to 50 points. Hey, a player like that in the 5th round, I'll take it any day of the week. Hope you enjoyed this video social life Troll 99, and bye.